And now it's time for today's cool product segment brought to you by Mills Fleet Farm. Springtime crappies. Although we just had walleye opener here in Minnesota, lots of anglers are still out catching crappies. Pretty hard to beat a tube when it comes to springtime crappies. Available at Mills Fleet Farm is this 180 bait assortment with jig heads and lots of different colors from Southern Plastics. We move on, we've got the Mr. Twister, which is a curly tail, great for finding fish, the puddle jumper, and Northland Tackle has introduced scent to the equation as well with Impulse in a variety of profiles, including mayfly larvae and some bait fish imitators that are deadly effective and housed in a little container, much like you'd have your wax worms in the wintertime. Easy to carry, easy to store, easy to find. Along those same lines, plastics for finding fish, you combine a safety pin spinner and you've got a deadly search bait. The beetle spin is really hard to beat. It's been used for decades from Johnson. VMC also has their own version of the curl tail spinner bait available in some ultra glow patterns. Then once you find those fish, there are a couple things you can do. During cold fronts, and when fish are out a little bit deeper, it's really hard to beat hair. Mr. Crappie Slab Daddy has a big number 4 hook. It's great for putting a minnow on the back and catches fish during these tough conditions. We've got some other pre-rigged options. When you're looking to find fish, the boot tail from VMC is a great bait, the flap tail, the mimic minnow from Northland, lots of pre-rigged options. Once you do find the fish, you can drop a talon or put out the anchor, especially with friends, family, and kids. It's fun to fish with floats. Fixed floats sometimes are the way to go because it's easy to adjust your depth. I like bobbers that are shaped in more of a cylinder. They're easier for fish to pull down. A lot also have a counterweight, which makes them easy to cast. When those fish are out a little bit deeper or you need a lot of flexibility in terms of depth, it's also hard to beat a slip float. We've got options here from both Northland and VMC. You know, this one lights up, lots of fun for night fishing and for kids. So as far as setup for springtime crappies, a lot of anglers have switched to Superline. This nano braid from Suffix, especially in like a 2-pound test that has 6-pound test strength, is great for flinging these tiny baits, whether you're casting them with or without a float. To those ends, the St. Croix Panfish series is a great selection of rods available from 5 feet all the way to 11 feet for fishing panfish. This 7-footer is a great all-around length for most pan fishing. You combine it with this nano braid, a fluorocarbon leader. You can cast to your heart's delight. You'll be amazed at the cover you can reach without spooking fish. Just fantastic. So definitely investigate longer rods. You'll have a lot of fun. You'll reach more fish and have a great time doing it.